You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Black and White Network supporters, make sure you check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. Link in the description. Use promo code USA First, all one word. USA First, all one word. 25% off now. I'm back. Rudrance for Black and White Sports. Well, we all know wokeness at ESPN is their business, and for them, they feel like business is a booming. Not from a monetary standpoint. They're losing their ass over there. Their ratings are in the tank, and people have turned off ESPN specifically because of bullshit comments just like this. We're sick of it. Nobody wants to hear it. When you have to attach race and color to your regular sports commentary, then you have failed the people that just want to hear about sports. Plain and simple. There was a fight yesterday. I did a video on it in a joint practice between the Bengals and the Rams. Aaron Donald pulled a Bengals helmet off and started swinging it. Okay, now training camp fights happen. I said yesterday, shit, the Panthers and the Patriots just had one the other day I saw. But is it every day that somebody rips a helmet off, starts swinging it like an idiot? No, and they know that, and we know that. We're not stupid, and now they're saying if you're white, hey Rhodes, you're white. You don't have the right to talk about this. You might be a racist. Luckily for you guys, I'm not a member of the media. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk about it. Oh my goodness. You're a racist. Kiss my ass. All right, Outkick. Let's do this. Stephen A. Smith, Ryan Clark don't want white people commenting on players throwing helmets. Look, we've seen white guys throw helmets, but, that's neither here nor there, and they know it. All right, they know it. ESPN host Stephen A. Smith and Ryan Clark don't want to hear white people talking about NFL players swinging their helmets at each other on First Take. Friday, Smith and Clark took issue with former NFL player Geoff Schwartz calling for a suspension of Aaron Donald, who swung two helmets at Bengals players in a joint practice this week. Hell yeah, he ought to be suspended. Of course he should. This wasn't a run-of-the-mill training camp brouhaha, okay? When helmets start getting swinging, yeah, you've got yourself into an outlier, a more violent situation where people can get truly hurt. My God. It's not so much that Clark and Smith have an issue with suspension talk. It's that a white person said so. Oh, God. Clark, the crybaby bully who refused to work with Sage Steele because her politics weren't like his, began by saying, quote, I saw what white guy Geoff Schwartz tweeted yesterday. We start getting into where white guy Adam Schefter is saying assault, where all these people are saying things like criminal. To me, that puts these players in a position where you're making them, or you're putting them in a position that with people that rob, with people that steal, with people that assault, with people that commit domestic violence. And we have to be very careful when we start to toe that line. Why? Why do we have to be careful, Ryan Clark, exactly? Explain that to me. Let me read that. With people that assault. What the hell do you think hitting somebody in the head with a damn helmet in the head is? That's assault, you moron. That is assault. Doesn't matter if it happens on the street or on the football field. That is, in fact, assault. Now, this kind of shit happens. Zach Taylor, the coach of the Bengals, called off practice. He wasn't even mad. And that's kind of where football culture is right now. I'm not sweating it because if the NFL's not going to sweat it, I mean, what can I do? But come on now. What exactly is the distinction there? All right? The helmet turns into a weapon. Come on. This is Geoff Schwartz's tweet. And there's nothing wrong with this tweet, okay? Fights happen. We know that. We accept it. However, swinging a helmet is out of control and dangerous. He should be suspended. Okay, he called for a suspension here. For crying out loud. It's not that big a deal. Smith responded by saying whites talking about Donald might just be racist. When you got white analysts talking that way and using that language about black dudes, that's another level. And that's why I appreciate RC bringing that up. I'm not accusing any analysts of racism or anything like that. The hell you're not. That's exactly what you're doing. I'm just telling them how we take it. That's a you problem. That's not Geoff Schwartz's problem. That's a you problem. Now what I want to do, if I'm looking at whoever sent out that tweet, I forgot his name, it was Schwartz or whomever, why don't you put a little respect on that dude? He was a hell of a good football player. But it doesn't matter. Whoever sent that tweet out and whoever thinks like that, now I want to see if you say that about the white dude that does it. I'm going to tell you right now, if Richie Incognito sauntered his ass onto a practice field and act like that, then yeah, I'm going to have a major issue with it and I'm going to call him out. I am. I'm not going to make this about race. This is so stupid. This is exactly why ESPN is cratering right now, right in front of us. Because if I don't hear that same verbiage, if I don't hear the same language, if something like that happens with somebody white, now I'm looking at you with a raised eyebrow and saying, what the hell are you trying to say? What the hell are you trying to say, Stephen A? Smith says he isn't accusing white people of racism. Yes, you are. But then challenges white people to prove that they are not racist. Got that? A white person is being racist is the default view of Stephen A, as he often proves in his commentary. To recap, Donald could have seriously injured someone, or worse, by swinging a large, hard object at their head. But he's black. Smith and Clark declared that the public should discredit the opinion of white people. You know what? That's a great point. Because it seems today in the mainstream media, let me just keep it real. If you're black and you're a criminal, that's okay. You should get off scot-free. There, I said it. It's out there. All right? Now, who's got privilege now? I mean, let's be real. Come on. I mean, people burning down buildings in the street, acting like a fool, looting for some Nikes. Nah, let them go. Let them go. Hashtag white opinions don't matter at Stephen A's ESPN unless they are super woke, like Sarah Spain. Her opinions, such as saying religion is, quote, bullshit, matter. And here's my issue with ESPN. ESPN should be putting what we used to call, when I worked in the corporate world, they should be putting some paperwork in Ryan Clark and Stephen A. Smith's life right now. All right? We ran, in the corporate world, we ran a 3 strikes or you're out policy. Now, good Lord, they've struck out, an equivalent of an entire Major League Baseball game at this point because of shit like this. But the fact that they won't put some paperwork in these two's lives for going out there and basically calling all white people racist is the exact problem with ESPN. ESPN won't hold these people accountable for this kind of bullshit take. When you see a player swing a helmet at another one ought to be able to call it more both dangerous and violent without someone at ESPN hinting they are racist. Clark also took issue with his colleague Adam Schefter for calling helmet swinging, quote, assault. Really? Because one could argue that Adam Schefter is the very reason Deshaun Watson was able to get traded from the Texans to the Browns. Deshaun Watson is black. I'm just being honest. He went out there and was like, tweeted out basically, oh, he's good, no criminal charges, let the games begin. And guess what? 5 teams lined up to try to trade for that douchebag. Adam Schefter didn't seem like a racist then, now did he? Interesting. It's funny how that works. This refers to a 2019 incident with Myles Garrett, a black player that swung his helmet at Mason Rudolph, a white player. Garrett could have killed Rudolph with force. He swung his helmet, yet ESPN didn't want to portray it as such and still doesn't. Immediately following the swing, an ESPN reporter implied that Rudolph must have said something racist to Garrett, justifying him committing the act. Josina Anderson, I was about to guess without even looking. I would bet Myles Garrett will say he heard Mason Rudolph call him something egregious. Never seen Garrett act like that ever. Wow, you can line her up and put her right along with Jamel Hill. Per ESPN, if a black player swings a helmet at a white player, the public shall assume the white player said something racist. If a black player swings a helmet at a black player, white people shall not comment on it. Watch me. Either way, ESPN will make the story about race, especially Clark, who threatened Chris Russo on the set for, quote, yelling at him as a white man. And Smith, stop screaming at me, brah. How about you don't use brah in the workplace? Keep it professional, brah. Clark told Russo for jokingly screaming at him. I mean, really, Ryan Clark? You went on a show with Chris Russo. Mad Dog Russo has been screaming at people for 30 years, and you're surprised. Okay. I mean, he's literally made an entire fortune from screaming at dudes, and you're surprised he was screaming at you. How the hell do you think you're better than anybody else? I'm just glad Russo made a little coin that day off your ass. What's ironic is that Smith frequently takes issue with white people criticizing black athletes, yet he devotes segments on his show belittling white people, calling them pampered and racist. Moreover, Smith rarely allows white people on the show to defend themselves after calling them racist. Smith and Clark should have invited Geoff Schwartz on First Take to defend his position before suggesting his tweet had racial undertones. They didn't. And his tweet didn't have racial undertones either. I mean, that's the thing. This all was a non-issue. They made it an issue. They're the ones that made it about race. Plain and simple. Oh my goodness, we can pick up some woke points today and we'll be trending on Twitter. Let's go. In fact, First Take has had 9 analysts on the show in the past 2 days, all of whom are black. For a show that talks so much about diversity, diversity is a non-factor for First Take. Frankly, it's a non-factor for ESPN. Have you noticed? Have you noticed? I mean, Mike Golick, gone. Trey Wingo, gone. I mean, the list goes on and on. Let's be real. Mike Golick Jr., gone. Okay. Everything at ESPN is about race, from the host to the network allows on to the players they criticize to players they protect. Stephen A. Smith, Ryan Clark often levy accusations of, quote, white privilege, yet they are among the most privileged hosts on television. Well, I'm going to tell you what's interesting, and one reason why we covered Deshaun Watson so much is because you a-holes wouldn't, because you were protecting him because he's black. That's right. I said it. I mean, does anybody remember the coverage of Ben Roethlisberger? When Ben Roethlisberger had the civil lawsuit for assault on a woman, all right? One at the time. And the world stopped at ESPN, and it became nonstop Ben Roethlisberger coverage. People were on the scene. ESPN, Deshaun Watson, no, nothing to see here, man. Nothing to see here. You think we don't know why that is? Come on. We're not fools. We know. We know exactly why that is. So people like Outkick, people like Sports Wars, people like us had to cover Deshaun Watson because you covered Watson's ass because he was black. Let's be real. You gave him a pass. There was a time 20 years ago, people on ESPN would have crushed Deshaun Watson for 18 months straight. Your network gave him a pass. We all know why. And that's exactly why nobody watches your network anymore. And here you are, giving people yet another reason to not watch your show anymore. I used to love First Take. I used to love Stephen A. Smith. I did. Stephen A., Skip Bayless, it was must-see TV. Now Skip Bayless makes me want to vomit. Why? Because he's not objective anymore. He lets things like skin color and his network drag him around by his Johnson. And Ryan Clark, I'm not even going to acknowledge him because I don't give a shit about him. Played for the Steelers. Congratulations. Who gives a shit? Wow. I mean, there was a time when Ryan Clark was a pretty good analyst, if you want to know the absolute truth. But then he started these garbage, hot-ass, piece of shit takes like this and invalidated himself. Plain and simple. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. This got me worked up. Good. This got the juices flowing. I haven't crushed somebody in a long time. I appreciate it. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.